Hello and welcome to the Lost Art Podcast. I'm Gar and I'm here with Paul.
How are you doing?
And this week we're going to do second generation. So people who their mother or father or grandparents in some cases were also musicians of some kind.
Yeah.
I think you could do a whole one with people whose parents were actors and they became musicians, or vice versa.
Vice versa, but then they won't fit into this playlist.
Yeah.
Well, no.
We could do Netflix links instead. A few Netflix and Spotify links. We could do that, but that would be shite.
I'm absolutely not recommending anyone get Netflix ever. Netflix is terrible.
It is kind of shite.
It's been terrible for a long time. Although I did watch El Camino.
It's alright. It's unnecessary.
I liked it.
Did you?
I liked it. Well,
nothing really happened today.
fine. No, nothing happens.
I have a lovely icy drink.
I have nothing.
Yeah.
No, I do have something, but it doesn't make that sound.
You got a silent drink. I
I
should
was
have done that.
conscientious about it.
I
Except
should
when
have
put it
done
down.
that. Hopefully this will melt.
I don't have something. We never got things to put it down on, so we're going to hear this all the time.
You'll hear a lot of that. Do you know what? I'm tired. I'm hungover.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm not. I slept like a baby.
I did not. I had about 7 too many last night, I'd say. I drank this mad one last night. It was Northern Monk, that brewery in Leeds. Leeds. And they do this, it's more of a co-op or a group of kind of brewers that get together and make mad stuff. And they don't make a lot of any of their brews. But they made this...
They're a super group.
Kind of. But they made this, I got it last night, it was a fruited IPA. And it was pineapple, mango and papaya fruited sour IPA or something.
As much as I love craft beer, have they gone too far?
That's way too far.
Have they gone too far?
That same brewery, I got raspberry donut beer off them before, and I had lumps of raspberry donut.
At the end of the day, are you not just quicker throwing a bit of vodka into Lilt?
Lilt is delicious also. I also had a Lilt this week.
It's not as good as it used to be.
I don't know, I don't remember stuff.
Flat or something.
You reckon? I think it used to be flatter.
Maybe, I don't know. It used to be tangier.
You reckon?
My life was better in the 80s.
That's before
That's what it all boils down to. My life was better in the 80s.
I agree.
I was younger. Zero responsibilities.
full of juice.
Full of juice.
Full of actual juice, but not really. It's babby. Nobody wants that babby juice. Maybe Lilt they might want.
That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah. Obviously. Nobody wanted my fruited fucking pale ale. Right, so let's get into it. Who's your first one?
My first one is an obvious one, but come on. It's Jeff Buckley. Song, Dream Brother. It's my favourite song off Grace. His first album from 94. Like I said before on another podcast, I wasn't mad into Jeff Buckley because of not being into his cover of Hallelujah at the time. And then over the years just hearing bits and bobs going, oh, hang on, that's unreal. He is brilliant. He is, of course, the son of Tim Buckley, singer-songwriter, folky jazz lad from the 60s and 70s.
Vocal doodle lad.
Yeah. You always have this idea like that. I had with a lot of these artists that I picked that they grew up around this father figure and music.
I don't know.
He didn't.
Yeah.
No.
They were estranged.
Well, I think he met him once.
Really?
Isn't that mad?
Fucked
Jeff
off.
Bunkley only met... Bunkley?
And I didn't want to call it.
I'm glad...
I was letting you away with it there.
Met him once, and Tim died when Jeff was 9, so...
We still had access to his dad's music.
You would have...
You know?
Doesn't
So
sound
I
like it,
would think...
it's more of the voice he was gifted, just through genetics, having that kind of voice.
He got it.
I think.
He got the fucking...
Yeah.
The lean off of that.
So, like, I don't know, do you know much about Tim?
No. I know very little.
Tim was a junkie.
Was he?
Yeah. Mad into the old...
Looked an
golden
bag.
brown,
Yeah.
texture like sun. So, like, I don't go into too much about Tim Buckley. I know that he wrote a lot of Deadly songs. One that was covered, he wrote Songs of the Siren that was covered by This Mortal Coil. I love that. And he's got another deadly one that I can't remember the name of, but that doesn't matter because we're talking about Jeff Buckley.
Yes.
Who, is obviously Grace is a massive album. And I think it only really started quite slow. It only got really big after he died. I think it was big, but it only really got really big after he died. As did he, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he was a big fat cunt after he died.
And then after he died, of course, you have people like Bob Dylan. Big fat cunt. I've been running like a... There's a little dead and bloated joke there. That's terrible, because he did die of...
How did he die?
He died while he was swimming.
Really?
He got caught in an undercurrent of a boat think he was swimming with his clothes on, which is not a good idea.
That's stupid. Was he
I
junked
thought
out
he
as
was
well?
expecting to die. It was a kind of evening swim, and he's in the Mississippi River, and it was the wake of a passing boat, and his body was found in June of 1997. Was it June 1997? No, fuck, no, it wouldn't have been.
At some stage, his body was found.
Yeah, got the date.
I wonder how long he was down for.
The evening, I think. I mean, people are going to go looking for him. I think he was in the middle of recording the second album. That's
They released bits of that, didn't they?
the drunk. They released what they had and they fixed up what they had.
Yeah.
It is like a sketchbook, so to speak. So
Yeah.
it is good as well, but it's not. It would have been great if it had been finished.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think he had he didn't grow up with Tim Buckley as his dad. He grew up with another lad as a stepdad.
Yeah.
And so that kind of came as news to me. I didn't really know much about that. You just make these presumptions.
Of course you do.
But it turns out it's another Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon. I'm going to keep singing that for every time that happens.
The Ugly Kid
Which is
Joe
going to
version
happen.
of it.
Which is going to happen a lot. We saw that live last year.
Ugly Kid
Saw
Joe.
them
did
live
it?
twice.
Or Cat Stevens.
Cat
Cat Stevens not allowed anywhere, I don't think.
He didn't even sing that song.
Cats in the Cradle is Cat Stevens.
No, you're just thinking of the word cat.
Is that not a fucking Cat Stevens song?
No, you're thinking of Father and Son by Cat Stevens.
Oh yeah, that's a different
Boyzone
song.
cover.
Boyzone.
You're thinking of Father and Son and Cat.
Yeah.
You did Lego in your
glued
head.
a load of it
you did,
together
you
there.
did bad Lego in your head there.
Fuck.
You did bad music. Like you did last time.
I'm not even deleting that. I'm leaving it in.
No, you should have deleted from last week. We found out who you meant. We thought Nigel Kennedy was Gary Rhodes, the chef.
Gary Rhodes. Gary Rhodes. That's him. That's him.
So in the last podcast, Gary was convinced that Nigel Kennedy was not only a virtuoso, he was also a chef.
I fucking straight up believed.
English dad with spiky blondish hair.
Where am we?
Same fella.
Where am we?
On the telly all the time. On Dancing with the Stars probably at some stage. Yeah, no. So yeah, no, that's not Cat Stevens.
All right. We're gonna do.
I should have let that go.
We can do a super cut at some stage.
No, leave it. It's
of all
fun.
my fuck up.
They're fun. I'm going to put them on the little clip videos
Oh
that
yeah,
we do.
yeah.
So, I'm going to put a little thing at the end of these. Was it were they good? Yes, he was brilliant.
He was.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's Jeff Buckley. He was phenomenal, and he was the son of Tim. Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon. Who's your next one?
Cat Stevens not allowed on a plane.
Yusuf is absolutely allowed on a plane.
What is?
Yusuf.
Yeah, Yusuf is.
That's his name.
Dot. Right. Who am I doing? Okay, Hank Williams III.
He's the third of.
He's the third, yeah. I got a threefer.
Yeah, that's a tough one. To get third generation.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get many
it's fine.
of
You
them.
can see he's still also a second generation.
Well, you could, to be fair, I think there could be a bunch of third generations in country music. I tried to lean, I got a lot of country music people, because I think you could do an entire podcast on second
Can I hear a can
generation.
open?
Oh, delicious.
There's no point in even trying to hide that.
No.
Go on.
So yeah, Hank Williams, born in 1972. So he started off, well, first of all, his father is Hank Williams Jr., who was a famous country singer in his own right. And he is
He's
obviously...
the most famous one. The middle one is the most
No.
famous. No, his granddad.
the grandfather, yeah.
Hank. Oh yeah, of course. Hank.
Hank Williams, he's like the fucking, pretty much considered to be one of, if not the greatest
He's the proto Hank.
country singers of all time.
This is like Ghost Papa Emeritus.
Kind
third.
of, yeah, it's handed down. Now, what's weird about Hank Williams III, or Hank III, as some people call him, is that he didn't really have an interest in country. He started off playing...
More of a meddler.
Well, he started off playing in punk bands and hardcore bands. That was always his bag. So he has... he's in a bunch of bands himself. And he has a band called Ass Jack.
Ass Jack.
Ass Jack, yeah.
Is that a jack that would open and hold open? And
Quite possibly. Ass Jack is the name of it. And he's had this band for years. And I think the first album he played everything, because he's a multi-instrumentalist. He plays a little bit of everything. I think he started off playing drums and punk bands. And eventually he got this Ass Jack band together. It's still going. I think they put out a couple of albums, I'm not sure. The first album he completely played. Dave Grohl done everything himself.
But it was good.
I've never heard it. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never heard it. I need to go looking, because it could be interesting. He ended up, he played, he had a hardcore band called Arson Anthem with Phil Anselmo. And he drummed in that, and he played bass in Superjoint Ritual. with Phil Anselmo as well.
That's right. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. So him and
Superjoint
Phil
are a
are...
good band.
Yeah, they're not called Superjoint Ritual anymore. Sure enough, they changed the name to just Superjoint.
Did they?
Yeah, something happened. I don't know what happened. I'm sure there was some sort of copyright claim. But yeah, he's real tight with Phil Anselmo. So I think in Ass Jack, he started out playing drums, now he sings in Ass Jack, and he plays all the instruments as well. I think, if I remember correctly, that punk band was pretty much what he wanted to do. He had no real interest in doing it. And then one day, he done a song with his father. I think him and his father put together an album covering
So they got
Hank.
on. I'm always interested in this podcast, especially. I'm interested.
Yeah,
that's why I checked.
I think they were close enough.
No Cats in the Cradle there.
No, I think they were close enough, but I think they put together an
And
album.
the dad's in the other room. Family's fine.
Exactly.
There's no need for a song this time.
But I think if your old man is Hank Williams II, that he's probably on tour for 300 days of the year.
Yeah.
So you're not really going to get a chance to fight with him.
Just a national album.
Exactly. And so I think him and his father got together and they done an album where they just covered Hank Senior's songs.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So Hank 3 looks more like his grandfather than his father, which is real weird. Like he's the spitting image of his grandfather.
Yeah, I noticed that actually.
Yeah, like the senior doesn't really, like Hank 2, let's call it. Hank 2 doesn't really, he's kind of weird looking. He looks more like fucking Chris Christopherson actually than Hank Williams, which is weird. But they done an album covering that, and he decided then, he was putting out albums, and he started kind of mixing country and punk and psychobilly. And I think he was signed to a label. There was a weird thing with a label where they were putting out albums but they weren't selling. And eventually got the rights back and put them out himself. And that's where you start getting all the kind of big albums where people start talking about Hank 3.
All his Rebel stuff.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Because he was re-releasing it himself. He got the rights back to his first 2 albums. I believe there's one album that's in limbo that he has got, and I think he's trying to remix it and remaster it.
Could have been on Lost Songs.
Yeah, yeah, quite possibly. But is he as good? Yeah. It's very different.
He'd be more for me. Like,
I'd pick Hank 3 songs definitely over Hank 2.
I was going to say he was the black sheep of the family, but not if he's in the same business as his family.
Yeah,
you
not
can't really say the person.
Well, I think he's taken, he's got the country kind of bona fides.
Yeah.
Just naturally.
And the Pantera fans.
Exactly. He's got a little bit of everything. Because he's doing kind of a little bit of psychobilly, a little bit of punk, a little bit of hardcore. It just seems to me that he's just a music fan and he doesn't differentiate. And he's got a father and a grandfather that he could fall back on just doing their songs.
Yeah.
If the shit hit the fan, But by the sounds of it and the looks of it, he just wants to do his own thing. So I think he's equally as good as his father or his grandfather. He's definitely more relevant to today's crowd, I think, because of the mishmash of bands that he's in.
I do like the third one. The third album.
The one with Hillbilly Joker and all that, I think. Yeah, that's decent, yeah.
There's so many that I can't really...
There's a bajillion of them,
I can't organise it in my head right now.
The only problem with Hank 3 songs is that he's not a fucker for having, a lot of talking at the end of a song. Shouting and screaming. Sometimes when I'm DJing it or I'm playing it in the pub, and at the end of it, he'll just start screaming about hating women or something.
You think you've got time to go to the toilet, you're like, that's another minute, grand.
Exactly, and it's just silence and him screaming about hating his mother or something. So you're like, oh no, quick, get that off.
Leave that to Disturbed.
Yeah, he's a fucker for that. Right, that was Hank Williams III. Who's your next?
My next one is The Wallflowers, which is Jacob Dylan's band. Jacob Dylan being the son of Elvis Dylan. Bob Dylan. The song is 6th Avenue Heartache, which is my favourite song off the album. I remember when that album came out. This is how I knew I was especially into these. I didn't know for ages it was anything to do with Bob Dylan, or that was his son in the band, Jacob Dylan, until you read a few things in Q or whatever I read back then. I like this because this came into the shop shop 96. Jesus, was I working in shop 96? Doesn't matter. And I like this a lot.
This is about 15.
I think One Headlight or whatever song is the big song off the album, but 6th Avenue Heartache is just an absolute banger. He doesn't really sound anything like Bob Dylan at all. In fact, I think he was more he got into music through the Clash rather than because
To be fair, it's your
When you're at
dad.
that age, you're not listening to your dad's
It's your
music. I
dad.
want to
You
do
don't
that.
care.